Hi, good evening, everybody. It's Brian here. This is Class A Plus English, and we're going to continue now. I think it's number 20 of the life and suffering of Sir Brante. I hope the sound is okay. Hang on, let me just check. Hope it's good. Hang on, just give me a second. Yeah, okay, grand. All right, I hope you're well. It's Wednesday night here. Tomorrow is the 1st of May. Yeah, it's the holiday, the International Workers' Day. And we're going to continue with the game. Yeah, let's get stuck into it. We had a big drama here in Spain on Monday. We had a complete power cut in the country. 100% power cut. It was completely crazy. Nothing worked, everybody. It was completely mad. Yeah, that's all I'll say. It was completely nuts. Now, what happened in the previous episode? Hang on, let me get. I hope this is working okay. Is it going? All right, good. Yeah. What happened in the previous stream? Lydia, my mother died. Let's see if we can get into the family tree. Yeah. Lydia died. Yeah. Now, move. What's happened? Who's Gloria? I don't know who Gloria is. Oh no, this is Gloria. What am I talking about? So this is me. This is my brother Sean, Stefan, my older brother, my younger brother Nathan, and my sister Gloria. Gloria got married, so she's now Gloria El Pelletier, and she doesn't seem very happy about it. She married a noble. My mother died. The grandfather died. Robert, my father, is still here. Now, the family are not doing very well. Let's have a look. Destiny, personality. We are in disgrace, I think. Yeah? Can I find it? Where's the family? Okay, I don't know where things are. Occupation. What is my occupation? I am in charge. I am the Minister of Mayhem, everybody, for the last straw. Okay, let's get into the game. So the family is disgraced. What has happened? Right, so the mother died, Lydia died, my sister's got married. She's very unhappy with me about that. We found a lot of gunpowder and weapons, so we are armed, we are tooled up for revolution. So I think this is quite apt, for May the 1st. Let's find out what's going to happen, yeah? So it's the mark of dishonor. Recent events have dealt a crushing blow to the reputation of the Brante family. You have slipped into the realm of infamy and disgrace. So far, the noble families of the city have patiently endured your transgressions, but now you have lost face in their eyes. So the nobles are angry with us. Okay. Noble society is eager to bring your every dusty scandal back into the light, old offences, ancient grievances, and naturally, father's marriage to Lydia Brante and Gloria's ignoble origins. Yeah, right, Gloria was the result of a sexual assault, seemingly. And they have surely not forgotten that the sons of Robert and Lydia Brante, Nathan and Sean, were born out of wedlock. Eh? When did that happen? They were married, weren't they? So me and Nathan were born out of wedlock. I don't know. I thought they were married. I'm not sure about that. Is that a mistake? None of the nobles would ever say this to your face, of course. Their behavior will seem perfectly ordinary on the surface. But no matter where you go now, you will be followed by scornful glances and dismissive whispers. So the nobles are being very two-faced, we would say, about it. So they're being very pleasant to us, to our face, but behind our backs, everybody, they are happy to spread scandal and rumors and scornful glances, bad looks. All right, my daddy isn't very happy with me. We have to accept this and humbly bear this burden. All hope of being ennobled by the sword is lost. No matter what we do to restore our name, we will never wash away this mark of dishonor. And he is, well, hostile. Family wealth has gone down. Family unity has gone down. Branded by dishonor. Okay. Our reputation is 0. Our name is dragged through the dirt, never to recover. Jesus. What's going to happen? We're moving into the final part of the game, I reckon. Repentance. To repent, to say sorry. The last few months have been marked by a welcome absence of quarrelling at the Brante estate. Your only concern these days is the price you've had to pay for this peace. To quarrel is a very old word. It means arguing, yeah, to quarrel. I would never say I'm quarreling with my friend, you know, you'd say you're arguing or you're fighting, wouldn't you? It's a very kind of old word. Today you come home late, wrung dry after a day of work and worry. Everyone is sound asleep. You're making your way to your bedroom when you hear a suspicious noise coming from Father's study. Is it too late for Father to be working? You go to the door of the study, trying to tread softly and to turn the knob, to turn the handle. The room is brightly lit by the moon. You recognize your brother's clumsy silhouette above Father's desk in the moonlight. Nathan hears you come in and leaps to the side in fear. You see something glinting in his hands. Father's dagger, his knife. Now, Nathan is my younger brother, and he's a bit of a alcoholic, it seems. Yeah, he's permanently drunk. But we're not here to judge. Oh, Sean, it's you. Shh. I just took the dagger for a moment. Don't worry. I know holding a weapon is against my lot. I don't mean anyone any harm. Okay, so this game is quite complicated, so if you're new here, welcome, yeah? But I would recommend going back to watch previous streams because you can get the whole story of the Brante family. But very quickly, in the game, it's set in a medieval fantasy world, and sorry, I need to turn down the music, it's really loud here. Yeah, it's in a medieval fantasy world, and there are different kind of classes of people, yeah, what they call lots. So there's the common people, the plebs, the commoners. There's the nobles, who are the elites, the rich, the wealthy, the warriors. The clergy, who are like the priests, the holy people. And then you have the Arcanians, I think, yeah, who have blue skin. They're not quite human, yeah. So they are kind of like royalty, I think, yeah. It's for me, actually. I have to go to the twins, says Nathan. The twins are the gods, right? There's 2 twin gods in this world. Your younger brother clumsily turns the dagger around, holding it against his own body. You try to remain still. Nathan wants to take one of his own lives. But why? Okay, again, so in this world, you don't have 1 life. You have kind of 4. You have 3 lives where if you die, you're brought back. But the final death is the end. You know what I mean? You don't come back from that one. So that's what he's saying here. Nathan wants to take one of his lives. So it's kind of a suicide, right? He's trying to commit suicide. But why? I'm not even sure how to say it, brother. I just can't find a place in this world. I'm always an outsider, always a waste of space. Isn't there some place for me in the twins design? I can't stop thinking about it. So, poor Nathan, yeah, he's not feeling very well about this, yeah? I've been trying to understand them for so long. How am I supposed to live in their world? What's my place in their great plan? But I've only made things worse. I meddled with the Markian sect. Defied and rejected my lot, indulged in vice, but I found nothing there. Right, so he's a bit sad about his life, where his life is going, the direction of his life. The old faith, the new faith, Father Mark's heresy. They gave me all sorts of answers, but none of them worked. There's nothing else left for me now. I've got to go see the twins myself and ask them. Maybe if you commit suicide, you get, like, straight to the final death, eh? I don't know. What's going on up here? Okay, so this is my destiny. Right, branded by dishonor. Alright. Don't do it, Nathan, yeah? Don't do it. I know I'm an affront to their plan just because I'm alive, but I'll repent. I'll be sorry. I'll pray for their forgiveness. But the twins never forgive you, you tell Nathan softly. They never have and they never will. You will be judged in the hereafter for every false step you take. Your younger brother sighs heavily. There you go. I know, Mother taught us that all our lives, but I still have to try. There's no other way. One of my lives isn't too big a price if it works. I can't find any use for them anyway. So what's he trying to do? He thinks like that if he kills himself, he'll go and meet the gods, he'll be judged, and they'll kind of give him some advice about what direction to lead his life, yeah? See you soon, brother. Hope I'll be different when I come back. A cloud passes over the moon. Father's study grows dark, illuminated only by the shining light of the distant pillar. Nathan's body contorts awkwardly. He raises the dagger, aiming it at his own heart. I have no choices. Call Mother? She's dead. Protect your brother? I can't do it. I've got no theology. Sorry, Nathan, I can't stop you, man. You take a step back. The life that Nathan is about to take belongs to him. He is free to do it as he pleases. May he finally find an end to his desperate search for meaning. Well, I didn't have any choice, did I? Nathan whispers a word of gratitude, barely audible, then a sharp exhale as he gets ready to strike. His hands guide the dagger awkwardly through the air into his chest. The sharp tip reluctantly sinks into his flesh. A weak yelp escapes Nathan's throat. He staggers and falls, blood oozing out of the wound. Moments pass and Nathan's body dissipates as his mortal frame dissolves. He has departed to commune with the twins. What awaits him in the hereafter? You pick up Father's dagger carefully, wipe it clean, and put it in the drawer of his desk where it belongs. When the skies begin to grow bright before the dawn, you go to the family crypt to welcome your brother back. Nathan is already there, laying atop the granite slab. Even made anew, his naked body is still just as thin, awkward, and feeble. He suddenly stands when he hears your footsteps. His eyes are shining with otherworldly light. I spoke to them, brother. I dared to address them as my soul rose up. I begged the twins for forgiveness, and they heard me. They did. And the elder, he reached out to me. He wanted to respond to me, I know he did. But the younger's sword stopped us. It cut the bonds between us, and I fell. But I saw compassion in the elder's eyes as I fell, and he followed me. He shall descend to the lands again. He shall witness our suffering and bring his mercy. And then the world will change at last. Alright, so Nathan's gone religious crazy kind of thing, I think. Your younger brother shivers, almost convulsing with cold. You wrap him in a black cloak. Together you return home before sunrise. No one in your family ever learns of Nathan's lesser death. So they did a quick job on that one, didn't they? Nathan stops wasting time in taverns with suspicious characters. He spends every day in ardent prayer, and again his quiet voice speaks of the elders' coming return. The family watches the drastic change in their wayward son with great surprise. Right, so he's kind of, he's found God, I suppose you could say there, yeah? He's found God, killed himself, had a little chat with the twins, and he's back now, and he's very pious, yeah? He's praying, he's not carousing in the taverns with suspicious characters, and yeah, he likes me. Ooh, I got a point for theology. Alright, I really need to get some willpower up. Alright. 11:45. I am 27 years old. A storm on the horizon. For over a year now, Anizotte has been steadily simmering with unrest like a soup pot over a well-stoked flame. Commoners flock to the squares in droves and crowds. The mobs grow bolder, demanding new freedoms and protection under the law. The last straw insurgents commit brazen acts, hoping to overthrow the authorities. The last straw is secret society, which I am the leader of, although I actually am a spy for the secret chancellery. The noble gentry insisted that every mob be dispersed by force. They are ready to fight for their ancient privilege, sword in hand. In spite of this enormous pressure, Overseer Gaius Tempest remains highly reluctant to allow any bloodshed. In spite of this, yeah, in contrast. But the common people are already too desperate. Even the age-old fear of the nobility's might, their strength, is barely enough to keep them in check, to keep them in control. More and more people are rejecting the lots, the classes, and converting to the new faith, not to mention other stranger, more esoteric teachings and beliefs. New secret societies and clandestine gatherings appear every day. Printed pamphlets litter the streets. Yet no one is rushing to subdue the citizens or punish the city. For now. Okay, right. Anything there? Right, so there's a kind of a religious split. There's the old faith and the new faith that's happening, and I think more people are going to the new faith now. Father Leonard has transformed the Temple of the Silver Tree into a new believer stronghold. He is no longer afraid to break the ban on preaching the new faith. His sermons now openly challenge the old faith. It seems the Church of the Twins is unable to recognize its great mistake. The lots must be abandoned as relics of the past. Revolution, my friends. The twins granted everyone the freedom to choose their own path in this world, and I will not stop until this freedom is recognized throughout the Empire. So that's the kind of the idea of the new faith, is like they're saying that the gods never actually said that there were these kind of classes, and they're very rigid, and there's no kind of social mobility, you know, that you remain the class that you're born into. The next patriarch of Magra must be chosen by the parish, not the clergy. This is the will of the twins, and it must be ours as well. The will of the twins is what the twins, the gods, want. Leonard intends to amend the old order of the church and become patriarch. His opponents, however, are beset by internal struggle and strife. So his enemies, his opponents, they're all arguing and, you know, power struggles and stuff like that. The Inquisition is fighting a myriad of heresies, more of which appear every day. Not even the highest ranks of the faith are free from suspicion. The new faith, meanwhile, is steadily growing in numbers. People no longer fear being damned to the foot of the pillar for rejecting the divine design. The streets are restless and dangerous. Minds and souls are beset by confusion. The authorities argue and bicker among themselves. Conspiracies plague the city. Time marches on and a change is coming. It cannot be stopped. Can you find a way to guide it in the right direction? The weight of a new age now rests upon your shoulders. Okay, maybe. So, yeah, everyone's waiting for me. A schism, a split. For over a year now, Anizotte has been slowly simmering with unrest. The feuds between the estates, between the old faith and the new, between the law of the empire and the noble traditions. Tensions are at an all-time high, waiting for the slightest spark to catch fire and burn. Even your family's affairs have been affected by this growing unrest. It is during these troubles times that the future of your family will be decided. That should be, it's during these troubled times, I think. It's during these troubled times, or troubling times, maybe. There's a bit of a typo there. That the future of my family will be decided. Father shakes you awake early in the morning. He's excited, clutching a letter bearing the imperial seal of the Tempest dynasty. Wake up, son. Come to the sitting room. A letter has come from Overseer Gaius Tempest. He gingerly breaks the seal and unfolds the missive. This would be a seal on the letter that you used to get in the past, you know, so that people, so it's unopened, you know what I mean? You couldn't break the seal. All right, what's it going to say? Is it going to invite me for tea? Is he going to invite me for a game of golf? Is he going to expel me from the city? Is he going to offer me a job? I don't know. Let's find out. To the Honourable Brante family, I, Gaius of the Tempest dynasty, overseer of the province of Magra, have given due consideration to your petition to have your bloodline ennobled by the sword. You are expected in 1 week at Castle Aneri, as are all petitioners for the sword, where you shall hear my decision firsthand. An invite to the castle? After finishing the letter, Father turns to you. He looks fatigued. He looks exhausted. He looks tired. He looks knackered. Well, son, it's time for us to be honest with each other about our family. What do you have to say about this? Where do we, the Brantes, stand after so many years? What hopes do we have for the future of this family? The past 7 years have been marked by many life-changing events. The rare joys, the frequent fights, the arguments, the attempts at peace, the losses. Sometimes you have managed to change their minds, and sometimes you have not. But your decisions have made you realize what matters most to you. The future of the Brante family must be decided here and now. And I've only got one choice, yeah? So that's not really a choice, is it? Become nobles? No, the family is in ruins. Become members of the overseer's entourage? No, the family is in ruins. Sever all ties with the family? Can't do it. Not sure why. And I can preserve the family. Willpower goes up. Gregor, my grandfather, the dead grandfather, he's still angry with me, but we don't have any choices. Yeah, we're going to have to go with preserve the family. You reluctantly confess to Father that what both of you already know. It is clear what Gaius Tempest's decision will be. Your family's hopes of being ennobled by the sword are long gone. You had to maintain your family's reputation and fortune, and peace at home it all proved too much to handle. After expending too much energy resolving the strife within your family, you had little strength left for the rest. Huh? With a sigh, father agrees. You're right, my son. We couldn't weather the storm that came upon us. To weather the storm, to survive. Who could even have hoped for a hereditary title after that? I can only imagine how your grandfather must be raging in the hereafter, in the afterworld. Yeah, Granddad was an angry man. He was opinionated. He was. He would tell you if he didn't like you. He would say it to your face. The Brante patriarch uneasily considers what comes next. But our family is still together, still whole. It pains me to think that there were so many losses that could have been prevented. I must confess, at one point, I even feared there might be nothing of us left. But we are family. Very well, we will abandon the pursuit of the nobility of the sword for our descendants and tend to the Brante family itself. Nathan peeks into the sitting room. His hair is tousled. Father, Sean, what happened? Nothing, Nathan. Life goes on. That's all. Very good, Robert. A very good way to look at things, I think. Your weary, tired father embraces his two sons. The last of the embers that were once the letter from Gaius Tempest smoulder away in the fireplace. He burnt it. Oh. It was almost too much to bear, but your family ties have been preserved. The Brante family will live on. And Dad is still hostile to me. Oh no, Gregor, my grandfather, is still hostile, yeah? Willpower goes up. A sleepless night. I can't sleep. Even late at night, the streets of Anizotte echo with chatter. The city cannot sleep. You cannot sleep either. Advisor El Ferro sent you a surprising note a few hours ago. He is coming. This is my boss. Yeah, this is the boss of the secret chancellery, the spy boss. You hear slow, steady footsteps accompanied by the tapping of a cane stick. There is a knock at the door. Philip enters the print shop. Sophia quietly follows him in. You exchange a nod. The print shop is crowded despite the late hour. Father Fuad, Elida, and the other workers observe Philippe uneasily. Oliver is there too. He acknowledges the Baron with a polite nod. You suddenly realize that Philippe no longer cares at all if the last row members see his face. Interesting. And maybe dangerous. You walk into your office with Philippe and Sophia and lock the door. Well then, Brante, I hope your people are ready. It's time to put our plan into action. They're ready. Just give us the word. So we're going to create a revolution, everybody. Or a revolt, I think it is, yeah? Excellent, excellent. Soon our song of victory will reach its final note. Our road has been a long one, much longer than we thought, but now the end is in sight. I had a word with the overseer, and in the end I managed to convince him that Elborn simply cannot maintain order in Anizotte. We are just one step away from being granted special authority for the secret chancellery. All we need is an excuse for action. Prepare your people and take to the streets. And when I finally get that authority, we will eliminate each and every traitor to the Empire. Egmont, Lennart, Elborn, all of them. Ha 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 ha. A hearty laugh there, yeah? But those scum will probably try to flee Anizotte. I'll need the people you've recruited through Magara, Sophia. There are more than enough of them. I'm Glad to hear that. How much time do you need to prepare, Brante? 6 years? You shift your gaze from Felipe to Sophia. She has been standing behind him all this time, a silent shadow with her head held high, her eyes trained on you. Sophia's a witch, and I'm kind of in love with her, yeah? Yeah, but she's working in another city now for Felipe El Ferro. Felipe's cane taps the floor impatiently. He is waiting for an answer. The advisor is right. The day you have worked for all these years has finally come. Are you ready? What will you do now? And we have one choice again. Okay, so I can't murder Felipe. I can't proceed with his plan. I will go into hiding. You will deceive Felipe to stay out of this mess. No one will find you until the danger has passed. Felipe gets annoyed. My willpower goes down. Spy network and unrest. It's my only choice, right? I think I'm going to go into hiding, which is probably what I would do in real life, to be honest with you. 2 days, you tell him. 2 days ought to be enough. Very well, you have 2 days. You get your people ready, and I'll get mine ready. I need the names of every leader in your freak show, as well as the streets they'll be marching on. Then finally, Sir El Ferro leaves. As the door closes behind him, Sophia lights the pipe she has been stuffing with tobacco since his arrival. Smoke billows out of her mouth, concealing her expression. Well then, Sean, guess this is it. You are tired, so very, very tired. You should probably get some sleep while you can. You will see each other again tomorrow. It will be over soon. You really think so? Did I say that or did I think of that? Are you reading my mind? You just shrug. Fine, I'm dead on my feet too. See you tomorrow. She walks out the door, leaving the acrid smell of tobacco behind her. You just sit there for a while, your face buried in your hands. You really are tired. I don't know what my neighbors are doing. They're like moving furniture. You really are tired. All these months and years squirming under an unbearable burden have taken their toll on you. So let's have a look at this. Unbearable burden. So I'm under a lot of pressure, yeah, and it's taken its toll. So, for all the pressure and stress, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, maybe I'm even burnt out. You have done all you could. You cannot go along with Philippe's plan anymore. You do not want this. You cannot do it. You will not do it. You walk around the print shop and gather each and every scrap of paper related to the last straw. The reports, the letters, the bills, and the many, many lists and notes, the names of agents and contacts, the addresses and hideouts, the passwords and drop points. You get all the papers together and drench them in ink. No one will ever be able to read them now. No one will ever be able to retrieve so much as a single name, not Felipe and not Sophia. Once you're done with the papers, you light 2 lanterns and put them on the windowsill. A signal to your people. They need to run, flee Anizotte and hide. This is all you can do for them. So I'm kind of siding. I'm kind of siding with the last straw, the secret society. My job was to kind of spy on them, and then we can round them up and I suppose execute them or put them into prison. But I'm a good guy, and I've given them all a warning. Run away! Run away! Even at night, the city will not sleep. You make your way down crowded, noisy streets to a small, ramshackle house at the northern edge of town. It used to be a dryer's shop, but the dryer does not live there anymore. He fled Magra long ago, like so many tradespeople who could not bear the burden of the double tax. Right, so is this my safe house, do you think? Is this where I'm going to lay low? I don't want to be found, I don't want to be caught, I don't want to be seen. So maybe I will hide myself away here for a while. The smell of paint is strong inside even now. It has driven away many of the refugees who fill the city. You will wait here for days or perhaps weeks until this is all over, or until you think of a better way out. You throw your bag against the wall and collapse onto a dirty old mattress. The straw inside is cold and damp, but the city around you will not sleep, and neither will you. Revolution is in the air, everybody. The workers united. People are ready. Spy networks go down. Man, I need more willpower. Masks off. It has been 2 days since you last saw Philippe. 2 days since that terrible, dreadful night. You have managed to buy yourself a moment of respite. But what should you do next? Well, I hope I've had a good sleep and I'm not so tired. Philippe will never forgive your betrayal. There can be no doubt about that. His men are surely looking for you already. They will find this place in a matter of days. It's time to act or run for your life. What will you do? Well, and again, I don't have any choices. So we're going to escape. We're going to flee. There is nothing keeping me here. Destiny, a true death. You have to flee the shelter. There's nowhere else to go. Hiding your face, you make your way towards the city gates, keeping to narrow streets and deserted alleys. Your heart pounds in your chest. Bum, 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 bum. You jump at every rustle, every shadow. I'm really nervous. I'm feeling a heightened sense of anxiety, maybe, you know? I'm hyper aware. You finally see the archway of Anizotte's north gate. You breathe a quiet sigh of relief. Your footsteps grow steadier and steadier. Each step brings you closer to escaping the giant cage that is Anizotte. The shining pillar guides you like a beacon on the horizon. You hear a familiar voice behind your back. Stop. Going somewhere, Sir Brante, says Oliver Moss, who is kind of a spy for Sir Philippe. You do not even bother to look back. You break into a run, but several figures appear out of nowhere and cut you off. Darkness covers your eyes as a burlap sack is placed over your head. So they put a bag over my head, and they've got me. A blow, crack. The world fades out around you, so I'm unconscious. I've been knocked out. This doesn't look good. How many hours or days have you passed? You do not know. For a long while, darkness is all you see. Your eyes have trouble adjusting to the light. You are shaking. Your hands are numb from the tight ropes wrapped around your wrists. The pain is gone now. You've just stopped feeling it. I've gone numb. Yeah? To go numb is when you cannot feel it. Like you go to the dentist and they give you an injection to numb the pain. Your tongue is so parched and swollen. Swollen. It barely fits in your mouth despite the extra room afforded by several missing teeth. A firm hand grabs you by the hair. Moss lifts your head up so you can see the man across from you. Moss lifts your head up so you can see the man across from you. Okay, who's Moss? Baron Philippe Elfaro, advisor of the Secret Chancellery, eyes you with disgust and disappointment. I had a whole farewell speech for you, Brante. I was going to tell you about your mistakes, about my disappointment, about the abhorrent consequences of your actions. But now I look at you and I realize that words are useless here. I do have one question, though. Where's Sophia? What is she up to? No, leave her alone. You silently squint at Philippe through your swollen eyelids. So I've been beaten up. I'm bruised and bloodied. My head is swollen. I guess even Sophia is done with you. Okay. My Sophia! Well, it's time to end this. Here's your sentence signed by Judge Fock A. Graben. I don't see any point in delaying it. But you can still be of use to the advisor. Philippe just grimaces in disgust. How? You couldn't even betray me properly. A man with no patrons, no friends, no support. You couldn't even save your own life. I have no use for you. He nods slightly to Oliver. No hard feelings, Sean. Nothing personal. A noose is placed around my neck. Strong hands tighten the rope. Your body jerks in a last desperate attempt to survive, but you know full well that this is the end. You suffocate. Convulsive spasms shake your body. Everything around you turns red. There is no more fear, no more pain. The only thing you feel is infinite loneliness, but that fades away too. The darkness deepens, the shining pillar draws nearer. The twins, they will be with you forever and always. It's a true death, everyone. I'm finished. I went straight to true death, yeah, because I guess I was executed. Yeah, an event has happened. I died. Accept true death or death 4. Your earthly life is over. You leave the world forever and face the judgment of the twins. I don't know what's going on here.
Neither side could overcome the other. The fire of the revolt could not be extinguished. The province, and then the whole empire, fell on troubled times.
And everybody lived happily ever after? Outcome of the revolt. For years after your death, Anizotte continued to simmer like a cookpot over a slow flame. They like this metaphor, don't they? The powerlessness of the simple folk, unable to change the old order, gradually gave way to rage, to anger. Finally, this anger became stronger than their age-old submission to the higher state and the fear of divine retribution. This rage was the spark that lit the fire of the revolt. The rebels took up arms and seized the city for themselves, led from the shadows by the last straw. Hey, so my secret society were there. When the moment of truth came, there was no soul in Anizotte strong-willed enough to spearhead the raging revolt. The opposing factions soon reached a stalemate, in which neither side could prevail completely. This is like a draw. Anizotte refused to surrender, but after a prolonged siege, Gaius Tempest finally broke the city's defenses, and the legion entered the rebellious city of Anizotte. The insurgents fled, the mobs disappeared from the squares and the streets, the leaders of the revolt were hanged. But the city's capture made even more trouble for the overseer. The unrest was beaten down but not suppressed completely. New riots followed one by one as the common folk, the new faith priests, and many nobles of the mantle continued to wage a desperate struggle against the old authorities. Gaius Tempest responded to the seething rebellion with more executions and threats, but dissent continued to grow. As the unrest in the city smoldered, the rest of the empire eventually caught wind of the Anizotte revolt. Nearby Magaran towns and villages saw their first riots soon after. Chaos began to spread across the empire. The empire responded to this enduring turmoil with ruthless action, but even after several villages and towns were drowned in blood, the riots only intensified. The dominance of the emperor and his dynasty began to wane, to get weaker. Power struggles broke out between the powerful nobles in the capital. Then a shocking event shook the empire to its core. Emperor Uther II was found dead in his palace, never to be reborn. His heirs, Gerrian and Flavius, both disappeared without a trace. With no one to take the throne, the noble dynasties accused one another of plotting against the Tempest rule. Feuds and internecine strife became commonplace. So chaos, everyone's fighting, everyone's power struggles going on, everyone probably wants to be the king, or the emperor, or whatever he's called. And so began an age of anarchy, a time of massacre and riots, conflict and bloodshed, chaos and unrest. There were no winners in this war of all. There were no winners in this war of all against all, only survivors. The empire entered a dark and terrible age. What became of you? You have made your last and most important choice. Was your death worth it? Could you have chosen a different path? Either way, there is no going back. Your fate is sealed. There is no returning from the hereafter. And so you bid farewell to your mortal life. Everything you fought for, everything you strove for, all that is behind you now. You are on your way to the shining pillar to await the judgment of the twins. You can no longer change the world's destiny, but the choices you made and the deeds you did have left an indelible mark. The world will remember the life and suffering of Sir Brante. Alright, I'm a hero. The honor of your death has come. Your soul has left your body, never to return. Here are the twins, the elder and the younger, I suppose. You are taken to the peak of the shining pillar. Every moment separates you more and more from the mortal realm. The link that once bound you to it is gone forever. You look up to see two divine visages watching you intently. Two divine faces. The elder twin gazes upon you, full of sorrow and compassion. The younger examines you dispassionately, seeing your every act and thought. You have ascended from the mortal realm. From here you are but one step from partaking in eternal bliss, eternal happiness, eternal ecstasy, atop the peak of the shining pillar. But first you must be judged by them, just as every other soul born in this world has been judged since time immemorial. Only their judgment can decide whether you deserve to remain atop the peak, or to be hurled, to be thrown down to the foot. I think I did pretty well. I think I'm going to be at the top, yeah? You stand before the twins, your very essence is laid bare before them, all the secrets of your inner self revealed in full. Your soul is like an open book to them, one that preserves the story of your entire life. You lie prostrate before the gods. The time has come to take responsibility for your mortal life. Exciting, exciting, everybody. Hi, Rachel. How's it going? You're just you're coming to the grand finale here. We're just about to find out if we've been naughty or nice. Yeah, it's like Santa, isn't it? You know what I mean? We're being judged here by the gods. Okay, what is it? And the elder twin asked, "Are you thankful to the gods for the life you lived?" Yes, I'm thankful. My soul is filled with love for those who created me. I'm glad it's over. My life was agony. You're happy to end a mortal existence and leave it behind. You refuse to submit to them. You feel no gratitude whatsoever to your creators. Your mortal life was yours and yours alone. Okay. I despise them. I hate them. You hate the world the twins created as well as your entire mortal life. You regret it. You regret how you squandered your time. Or you are calm. You staunchly accept everything that happened to you in the world the twins created. Okay, Rachel, you can choose. What is it going to be? What am I going to say? Am I thankful? Am I glad it's over? Do I despise them? Do I regret my time? Or am I calm? Any opinion? I think I'm going to... Anybody? Anybody want to choose? I'm going to say I'm calm. I staunchly accept everything that happened to me in the world. My life was my life. I'm going to go for calm. They hear your answer. Compassion and remorse fill the immeasurably deep eyes of the elder twin. He turns to face his divine brother, who returns his gaze, look, with an expression of stern remorse. Okay, here we go. The elder twin asks once more, "What was your life to you?" Okay, was it a struggle? Was it suffering? Was it toil? Was it like hard work? Was it enlightenment? Was it service? Or was it creation? Ooh, I think, or empathy. And life is dedicated to other people in your relationship. You change them and they change you. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go for I created something new. I created the secret societies. We tried to smash tyranny and create a new world. Correct? The elder twin bows his head wearily, considering your response, but the stern visage of the younger already looms above you. Human by the name of Brante, what human by the name of Brante? What did you live for? Ooh, did I live for my principles? Did I live for freedom for me and for others? Did I live for power? Not really. Other people? To make other people's lives better? Faith? No. Happiness? You yearn to do a great deed that would outlive you. I don't know, everybody. I'd say I lived for freedom. The younger gaze lingers on your bare, defenseless soul. The divine figure continues its stern interrogation. What did you leave behind? Change. I blazed a trail for change that will long outlive you. This is true. Order? No, I didn't bring order. Doctrine? No. You provided for your family and bloodline and gave it a future? No. Legacy, you've become an important part? Yes. Achievements? Yeah, nothing. Let's say legacy. Let's go completely egomaniac, yeah? Egotistical. Don't you know who I am? The younger twin now moves toward you with clear intent, poised to render his judgment, but the elder twin restrains his brother with a gesture. A divine voice fills you once again. Did your life make the world we made better and more perfect? It became better. Through my will, you managed to influence and improve the mortal world. No mortal can ever improve the world. Only the twins have this power. No. I failed to change it. It became worse. I'm not one to judge. All right. The younger twin is silent, his eyes two swords piercing your soul. The elder twin speaks to you again, but you already know the question, the very same question that caused you so much suffering shortly before your true and final death. What determined your destiny? Me? The world around me? The twins? No one. Destiny does not exist. I would say the world around me. I made my own destiny. The soul of a man named Brante lies prostrate at your feet. You have witnessed his entire life, known his every act, seen his every thought and desire. No other soul could ever walk the same path. So many difficult choices, so many emotions, so much pain. Another soul awaits your judgment. You know no mercy, nor does your brother. Every mortal must walk the path chosen for him to the very end. Those who abide by the precepts set forth by you and your brother shall return to you and become part of you. Those who reject you shall have the eternal suffering of oblivion. Where does the man named Sir Brante belong? The peak! I get to choose, like. You gingerly grasp the fragile soul, lift it up and turn to face your elder brother. You lift your sword, your brother stands with arms akimbo, ready for the blow. The blade slices through his chest, blinding light gushes from the gash. You bring the minuscule soul to your brother's chest, and it dissolves in streams of shimmering luminescence. A tiny fragment of your shared creation has rejoined the whole. The man named Brante is no more. There is only the eternal fount in which he now abides. Alright, so I kind of won then, yeah? So I got to the top of the pillar, which means like eternal ecstasy, yeah? Which I would take, I think. I think I would take that. Here's the chronicles of my life. So I was, 27, 28 when I died? Didn't do anything with the gunpowder. I'm a bit annoyed about that. Alright, that's it. That, my friends, looks like it's the end of the game. Sever. Game concept and setting. Alright. Alright, cool. A strange game, an interesting game. An interesting game. I quite liked it. Bit slow at the start, I thought, when I was a child, but I'm not sure. I think you can replay it. Definitely going to replay it again, but I want to go and be a priest, I think, this time. I want to become like a religious lunatic, you know? All right, so we'll leave it there. That's the end. That is El Fin, yeah? The Life and Suffering of Sir Brante. Pretty cool game. A lot of vocabulary in that game as well. Really, really good. I'll be back on Sunday with a new game, and I'll be back on Sunday morning, okay? So take care. It's a holiday. Actually, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see, you know? There's a holiday tomorrow, isn't it? Anyway, we'll leave it there. So if you enjoyed that, please press like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It really helps the channel. This is a small, very small YouTube channel. What I'm doing is I'm playing story-driven games. I'm an English teacher living in Spain, you know, and I'm playing the games and kind of, you know, explaining the vocabulary, putting the vocabulary into context. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. And tomorrow's a holiday. If you're not working, enjoy. If you are, no worries. It's nearly the weekend. It's almost the weekend. I'll see you all soon. Take care. Have a fantastic evening. And I'll see you soon, okay? Bye-bye.